Well, families are going into court today. They're very anxious, but they're confident that the hard work they've done, the investigation that they carried out themselves, was enough evidence to see us through. As you know, there was never a police investigation, even till this day. So the families are, I think, in the end, they're confident because they know the truth right from the very start. They carried out the investigation. The police never even approached our doors to tell our loved ones were dead or in the war. So I think for myself and all the families that we're going in, we're confident there's going to be one result, and that will be that all our loved ones are innocent.
Well, my thought is that thank God it's all over us. We knew that Frank and all the other people that were shot dead were all innocent. This is a happy day for us, but it's also a sad day because it brings back other memories of my parents and the way we were knocked about. And as I say, thank God it's over us. We'll move on, but we'll never forget what happened. And it took us 50 years to come to this.
I'm absolutely delighted with Justice Keegan's decision. Titans. We as a family have lived for 50 years knowing my daddy was an innocent man, and now the world knows the truth. My daddy was an innocent man in his own area, murdered by the British Army on the streets of Ballymurphy in 1971, and I am just delighted that Judge Keegan has found all of the ones killed, murdered in Ballymurphy were innocent, but we the families knew that each and every one of people killed in Ballymurphy were innocent.
Today is very much a day for the Ballymurphy families, and our thoughts are very much with them, and I think we'll all be very moved by listening to their personal testimony of their lived experience, what happened to them and what happened to their family, the implications for their lives ever since. And that's all their real lived experience. So today is a powerful day for them because it's laid bare for all to see now that the British forces murdered their family members, their innocent family members. They've always known that, the Ballymurphy community have known that, the wider community has known that, and now the whole world can see that is the case. So it is very much a day of truth for them. And then in direct contrast to that, we have a situation in Westminster where they have announced plans to bring forward an amnesty to cover up their dirty role here in Ireland, to cover up the actions of their state forces here in Ireland in murdering Irish citizens. That is totally unacceptable, and we certainly appeal to the international community to look very closely at what the British government are attempting to do here, to hide what they've done and what they've tried to cover up for, in this case, for 50 years. Yesterday evening I met with Brandon Lewis, myself and Jerry Kelly, and I made it very clear in no uncertain terms that there is no room for amnesty for British forces who killed Irish citizens. There's no room for amnesty, full stop. I have reminded him that he's continuing to ignore the needs of victims. He's continuing to ignore even his own consultation where all the victims groups confirmed they do not want to see an amnesty. What an amnesty amounts to is a slap on the face for victims who have been hurt, who have been denied access to information, who've been denied access to coroners' courts, who've been denied what their families are entitled to. So the role of the British government and Brandon Lewis's attempt and Boris Johnson's attempt to try to hide what they've done here is not going to be acceptable. We need to deal with the past in a holistic way, and he knows that's the Sinn Féin view.